Hello and welcome back to Shelf Center. This is Bryce. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for liking and subscribing. This is something you end up enjoying. You never know, it could happen. This is my top shelf news for the week. This is where I get to talk about fantasy, science fiction, sometimes horror, and the news as it relates to news in books and media, however that shakes out. Yes, I did get a haircut finally. It's been a while. Feels great. I literally can still feel all the hairs everywhere. So that's how fresh it is. Just happened. So anyway, let's jump right into it. First things first, this made my list first because I don't know how I missed it, but I apparently was way late to the game here. But Warrior Born, a novella in the Cinder Spires universe. This is the first novella, at least that I was able to research and find out, by Jim Butcher, so author of the Dresden Files, which I love. He's got this other steampunk fantasy series with talking cats that are hilarious and act exactly like cats. It's so funny. It's so good. And anyway, Warrior Born, it's a novella. I can't wait to read it. It just barely came out about a week ago, and it's out on audiobook all over the place. But so Aeronauts Windless is book one in the series, the Cinder Spires series. That came out back in 2015, and the new one is set to come out November 7th, 2023, so pretty soon here, and that's going to be the Olympian Affair. So I'm very excited for more. The problem is it does seem like it's a longish series. That's kind of how Butcher rolls, right? But it's like, I don't know, it's concerning his slowdown in his pace, which again, I don't blame him. He gets to enjoy what he's doing, but it is like, we're all dying, I think, for more Dresden. It's, we had our fix, and now it's been some time and we're ready for some more. Anyway, it is what it is. It's not super bad. It's not so bad that we need to start complaining like to George R. Martin. But anyway, Warrior Born, check it out. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm excited for it and I can't wait to get into it. All right, I did mention audiobooks. Speaking of audiobooks, great transition, right? The Way of Idan, Philip Chase, he's self-publishing these. They're going to be narrated. The audiobook will be narrated by the great Alan of the Library of Alexandria, and I'm excited for that. And it should come out. I have confirmation and was allowed to share this news sometime in the fall. So that's, the fall does last all the way till December 21st, though. So just throwing that out there, around there, December 20th, 21st. So, we still have some time, where this can come out, and I'm sure even longer if that's needed, get it done right. But anyway, that's very exciting. I'm excited. That'll probably be, let's be honest, how I end up enjoying The Way of Idan, which I am very much looking forward to. I can't wait to see how this goes. Then we've got Secret Project number 4, or I guess Secret Novel number 4 by Brandon Sanderson. The best thing is it's kind of coming along without a hitch. I haven't already been spoiled now. I don't know if you're not going to get spoiled, but I guess I cannot. I'm trying to be careful now. I understand there's a reason that people are a little concerned. Maybe I'll share the cover later on, but I did receive it, maybe in my book haul. But anyway, you probably already have the Kindle version. Already came out midnight, October 1st. That's when it was scheduled. That's always been the consistent part of this. The inconsistent part has been the actual novels themselves, but it looks like they've really worked it out and gotten things done. The last one, book 3, Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, came out pretty quickly, pretty well. It seemed to last, and it seems to go pretty quickly. This one, all reports, and they've been pretty honest, and I've been just really appreciative of how Dragonsteel has just been very clear in their Kickstarter emails. They've been pretty clear about, hey, we're having delays, hey, we're having this struggle. This last one is like the last two have just been like, everything's on track. They got it down, they figured this out, and it's so impressive. I mean, we're talking just so many books to get out there. This is amazing. Anyway, it's just incredible that it's done this well. So I'm excited, and I've heard really good things about the book. All right, speaking of Kickstarter, I'm great with transitions. I should be hired to do this by somebody. Will Wight, Cradle, right? The Cradle leather-bound collection. It's still going on. Books 4 through 6 of the 12 are now faux leather. I believe it's 150 or so. For those 3, then you can also add on. You can add on the previous 3, so you can get all 6 there is a limitation. I mentioned I love Kickstarter because there isn't a limitation. There actually is a limitation, so I do want to correct myself on that. It's a pretty big limitation, but one of the cool things, this is one of my favorite parts, is that Will Wight has stated that he will commission a Cradle map if this Kickstarter hits 1 million. And last I checked, it was like just a couple 10,000 off. Like, it is so close. So I think we're getting a map is frankly how it's going to go. There's only a couple days left, so definitely get on it if you like this sort of thing. They're really cool, and again, with the limitation, might make these worth actually a little more. You know, at least there's that. And again, I think it's a fair limitation. It's not like a typical limitation where it just sells out immediately. If it's a limitation, but he's still like, if we reach this goal, then I'm going to do something. It's Kickstarter, right? So there's still like a healthy amount, and we're not limited to nothing. Maybe he just learned from the Brandon Sanderson experience. Like, we need to like maybe limit this and figure out how we can get more books later. But anyway, great. That's so cool. I love seeing the success of Cradle. I'll be honest, I always like I know that it's successful, but then I'm always like surprised again, like, oh, 1 million will be a good stretch goal. Nah, it doesn't look like it's that hard. Speaking of special editions, I'm so good at this. Lies of Locke Lamora is getting an anniversary deluxe edition from Gollings. It looks cool. I like it. I think I actually like some of the other versions better, but it's awesome. I am actually related to Lies of Locke Lamora. Can't really tell you much, but I'm doing a special video with some YouTubers, and I'm very excited for it. That's about all I can give at this moment. I don't think it's going to be a live stream, but it should be happening this weekend, the actual filming, and then I'll give you an update as to how it goes from there. But I'm very excited for it. I love talking Lies of Locke Lamora. It's so cool. It's just one of my favorite books of all time, and rereading it only solidified that, which I think is a real testament to a book. I wanted to kind of just briefly address the writer's strike. This is one of those things where it's definitely like looks like it's resolving. One of the things that just kind of stood out to me, so this is good, finally some good headway, at least for us consumers that get to have movies and stuff again. Not that we haven't had them, but I'm just like, it does put a wrench in things. And so there's that, the selfish aspect to it. I'm not sure I love the like AI provisions. I get that they got to kind of come to some kind of an agreement, but it just felt like it was a little too generous toward permitting AI, when I would prefer that we leave it out as much as humanly possible. So maybe that's just me. Some of the things were just like, AI can kind of help in certain areas, but it's not fully permitted. Allowing it a little more than I want it to be part of things. Maybe it's more efficient, maybe it helps things, but I just feel like it's a slippery slope that the lazier people are going to rely on too much, and either it takes over and you lose your job. So yeah, you might have been able to like in the meantime do better and write more and get paid more, but then in the long run, then you don't have a job. That's worse. But also it just feels like, is this like, I don't know, I'm like, humans are creative. We're gonna be way more creative than the bot, right? Like, come on, like look what we've done so far, and I just don't want to ruin what we have, okay? There's so many great things. All right, in media news, couple bits of media news here. First of all, the passing of Michael Gambon. It's sad news. What just an epic, excellent actor. It sparked definitely all kinds of conversations with me and my friends, and one of those was, who's the best Dumbledore? And I'll be honest, my office at work is very split, which I think means that Gambon did an excellent job as Dumbledore. I think I was on the Abbey Faria. I was in the first Dumbledore camp. At the same time, I mean, Gambon did just an amazing job, and that's just one of the many insane roles and amazing roles with an epic career that he had, and it's just sad to hear of his passing, and the world will be a worse place because of that, and that's for sure. And so at least that legacy is definitely what will live on forever. So anyway, just wanted to address that. That was sad news for me as a huge Harry Potter fan, because he will always be a huge part of it, despite stupid little petty arguments that don't mean anything. he was amazing. I wanted to address Rings of Power. It got renewed for season 3. We haven't quite seen season 2. Season 1, apparently, only about 37% of people actually finished the whole season. I'll be honest, as just a truist, I guess, I did. As one who's probably going to watch all Lord of the Rings things, anything related, but that tells you something. I mean, I almost didn't care to finish it if it weren't for trying to post thoughts on this YouTube channel, which I then never even followed up with an actual full review, which I wanted to do and planned. I think I even promised and then never did. Sorry about that. Man, was it a disappointment, to say the least, on so many levels. And to see, well, first of all, to see just how poorly I thought it was all handled. I just didn't think it was well done at all. Just bad writing overall. I mean, the parts where literally Elrond is like, go back to Rivendell. Oh, we gotta go back to the mines, then go back to Rivendell, and go back to the, like, it was just like, this is what all that money was spent on? Like, clear padding? Are you kidding me? So it's so frustrating. Anyway, but season 3 even, I mean, which makes sense. They spent a lot of money. They're gonna have to see how this goes, and it's one of those where it's like, it is a sunk cost. You already spent the money. You know, you may want to just abandon it. But here's the deal. As someone who's constantly complained about Netflix dropping series, I do have to give major kudos to Amazon for sticking with the series, at least through season 3, even when it's doing, I think, poorly. I don't think those numbers really lie, that people really just kind of gave up an interest in it. And again, what does that tell you about season 2? But again, as one who's complained about Netflix dropping shows left and right that are popular, I do have to hand it to them that, hey, stick with it. I may or may not keep watching, but hey, good on you for sticking with it. Maybe it gets better. Hopefully it does. I mean, just that one, like, did we seriously introduce Moria with a PowerPoint slide? Like, absolutely mind-boggling, some of those decisions. But again, hey, kudos for sticking with it. I will at least give them that. Hey, I'm not, don't cancel anything. Shoot, in my book. If people like it, then obviously some people are getting some enjoyment out of it. Should keep on going forever if you can afford it. But in my book, as a fan and only looking out for the fans. Again, kudos. That's better than Netflix does. I can give them that much, and that's about all, sadly. But hopefully they shape up a little bit. We'll see. Anyway, that's been the news to me. Don't forget to check out the ebook deals that I have below in the description. And like I said, I did get a haircut. I did trim the beard. It might be a special event this weekend, as I alluded to earlier. I'm pretty excited for it. I can't look completely like a hobo for it. Let's just say that much. But anyway, let me know. What did I miss? What should I be focusing on? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.